This is a quick, simple, and gentle practice which is focused on everyday mobility and everyday strength, and of course, breath awareness. If you'd like to join me, you can start seated, maybe taking one hand to your lower belly, your abdomen area, and the other hand to the upper chest. Inviting your breath into both of these places, taking long, deep breaths in, encouraging your abdomen to expand against that bottom hand. Exhaling, feeling the relaxation through the abdomen and through the upper chest. Take a few more rounds of breath like that with the hands either on the torso or on the knees. Let's keep these long, deep breaths going as we begin moving. You can inhale, take your right arm straight overhead, reaching high. And as you exhale, you can lean over towards the left. You could take your left hand out further to the left for support. Continue taking long, deep breaths and reaching out actively through your right arm and fingertips. Inhale, sitting upright, reaching high. Exhale, you can lean your head over towards the right. Take your right hand to the side of your head. You can keep your left hand down, reaching downwards and slightly over to the left. And then we'll release, come back to center, wait for a breath in, and then reach straight up with it. As you exhale, side bend over towards the right. And if you need to, for support, take your right hand out to the right. You can either look up or down, maybe trying both, feeling what is more comfortable. Next, inhale, sitting up tall. Exhaling, leaning the top of your head towards the left, taking the left hand gently to the side of your head. Your right arm, again, is reaching down actively and somewhat out towards the right. Inhaling, taking the crown of the head straight up, and then exhaling, taking your arm down and finding your way into an all fours position or a tabletop position. We'll begin some simple spinal movements with breathing. As you inhale, you can arch your back, lift the crown of the head, and then as you exhale, we'll round through the spine, tucking your core in, and alternate. Inhale, arching, lifting the crown of the head up. Exhaling to round, push through the arms. Continuing like this for a few more rounds. One more exhale and then finding neutral. And then we're going to shift the hips forward and then lower all the way down onto the floor. Inhale and lift the upper chest and head into a cobra position, really focusing on using the back. You might even allow your hands to float over the mat. And then exhale, lower down. We're going to do this a few more times. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your head. You can press into your hands somewhat more each time you come up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower. As you inhale, you're pulling your shoulders down away from your ears. Let's come up one more time. And then exhale, release all the way down. You can make a pillow out of your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands. From here, we're going to press back up into that table or all fours position. So you can place your hands by either side of you, As you exhale, straighten your arms, bend your legs. You can tuck your toes under in all fours, keeping your fingers spread apart. As you exhale, you can hover the knees over the mat like 2 or 3 inches. And then as you inhale, you lower the knees down and relax your back. And again like that. Exhale, hover the knees, little pause, core is engaged. Inhale, relax. As you exhale, you can sit back towards your heels, preparing for child's pose. If you'd like to take the knees farther apart in child's pose, then from tabletop, walk your knees away from each other, bring the tops of your feet down, and then shift back. From child's pose, you can rise up into all fours, taking your knees underneath your hips. We'll take a brief wrist stretch here, starting by flipping your left hand over so your fingertips are pointing back at your knee. You could bend at the elbow, curl and uncurl the fingers. When you're ready to switch sides, left palm down, right hand turns over. From here, we'll transition into a lunge, stepping your right foot up, and you can walk your hands up your thigh and press your chest upright. Either keeping your hands on your thigh or bringing your hands to your hips, you can take a pulsing action by exhaling, relaxing your hips down, and inhaling, rising up through your hips again. One more like that, breathing in up high. Exhaling to take your hands down on either side of your right foot, and you can extend through your right leg into half split. Pausing here for a few breaths in stillness, or you can pull the right toes back towards your knee and then point through your foot, getting movement through your ankle. With your next exhale, you can lunge forward, take both hands to the inside of your right foot, and then you can step your right knee beside the left knee back into hands and knees. You can extend your right leg behind you, toes tucked, and shift forward and backward a couple of times. Resetting in all fours. Next, we'll lunge our left foot up. You can walk your hands up your front thigh, pressing your chest upright. Beginning this pulsing action, it doesn't have to be as exaggerated as mine. With your next exhale, you can take your hands down on either side of your front foot, extend your left leg into half split. You can keep your back long. Again, maybe moving through your front ankle by pulling your toes back and then pointing through your front foot. Exhaling, you can lunge forward, moving your left arm to the inside, stepping your left knee back beside the right. From table, you can extend your left leg all the way behind you, toes tucked, and shift forward and backward a few times. Next, we'll move into a knee down balancing position. You can start by extending your right leg behind you and lifting your right leg off the floor, keeping your hips level. You could gently lift your left hand away from the floor. You could keep your hand there the entire time, just close by, or you could take your hand to your abdomen or hip. And then another option is to reach behind you or out to the side with your left arm. Keep pressing down strongly through your right arm using all 5 fingertips. One more breath in. Exhale, relax your right knee down, left hand down. We'll switch sides. Extend your left leg behind you, lifting it up, keeping the hips level. When you're ready, you could start by floating your right hand just above the floor. Or again, taking it close to your hips or your core just for more awareness of what's moving and what's happening. Or reaching behind you or out to the side with your right arm. Strong left arm. Last inhale. Exhale, release. Right hand down, left hand down. From here, we're going to transition onto our backs, onto the floor. So you can sit to one side, slowly walk or roll all the way down. One more brief core exercise here on the ground. You can bring your knees over your hips with your hands maybe on your hips. To a count of 3, you're going to lower the soles of your feet down onto the floor and then relax. We'll do this twice more. You'll lift your knees up over your hips. Slow motion, exhale, lower the feet down together onto the floor, relax. And then again, knees rise up, the feet lower, and then relax. You can toe heel your feet away from one another, a little bit wider than hips distance, arms out to the side, and you can gently pivot your knees left and right together. So both to the left, and both to the right a couple of times. You can walk your feet a little bit closer together now. We'll move into an outer hip stretch called figure 4. You can help your right knee up and then cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, right below your knee. You encourage your right knee away from your heart, away from your shoulders. So you're searching for a stretch in your outer right hip, like up high. If you don't feel that, then you might lift your left leg, which is serving as your platform, and bring your right shin closer to your upper body. You don't need to use your hands, but you might choose to stabilize the foot and knee with your hands. Take one more breath in, and then exhale, release. Uncrossing your right leg, extend it out straight for a moment before switching. Right foot down, left foot comes up and crosses over. This might be a perfect amount of stretch, so you don't have to lift your legs up. If you do want to do that to increase the stretch, then slowly guide your right leg up close, and your left shin obviously comes up closer too. And again, just pausing, or you can bring your hands up to stabilize. Take one more breath in. Exhaling, releasing, uncrossing your left leg and extending it straight before coming back to both feet down, hip width distance apart. You can have your arms alongside you, along the mat, and you're on the back of your head, so there's a natural space underneath your neck. We'll move into another back bend called bridge pose. Inhaling, pressing your hips up. We're going to do this a couple of times, so don't get too comfortable. Exhale, lower back down, releasing effort, and then inhale, press your hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhaling. Exhaling, lowering. This time we'll pause. Inhale, press your hips up. Exhale, stay lifted, pressing down through your arms into the ground. You might also be able to tuck your arms in a little bit closer underneath, like squeezing your shoulders together to add some more lift and height through your upper back. Keep your glutes active, keep pressing down through your feet, opening through your abdomen and through your chest. One more long breath in. Exhaling to lower down, untuck your shoulders if you tuck them underneath. You can bring your knees in towards your chest in stillness or rocking a few times. We will end our practice with a brief relaxation. You can lower your feet down onto the floor and rest like that with legs bent, or you are welcome to extend your legs out fully onto the ground. Maybe bringing your hands back to your abdomen and upper chest to connect again with your breathing, or you can take your arms out alongside your body. Allowing your eyes to close, your face to relax, everything relaxes. And we'll enjoy a few moments to rest just like this. You can bring your attention to your breathing. Maybe take a few deeper breaths and start some gentle movements through your hands and feet, wrists. Bringing your knees up towards your chest. Finding your way into a comfortable seated position. Maybe enjoying a longer pause. If you have more time, you might move into a brief meditation. If not, just enjoying a few more moments of pause before you transition into the rest of your day. Thank you so much for moving with me and joining me for this gentle yoga practice.